where am I then? Can you guess? I'm in the engine bay, and the reason I'm in the engine bay is I've got to decide on something tonight. I've been thinking about this decision for a few weeks. It's regarding the front valance and the cross member, which are both in not the greatest shape. I've cut out the rot. It's left the good parts in, and I've got my replacement panels. So it's whether I chop out the whole lot and replace with new panels, or just kind of what's the word for it? Butt weld in just the bits I need, the replacement parts of the panels, which is a bit of a shortcut, I suppose. I know what the answer is. I know the answer is to chop out the entire panel, but it's quite an intrinsic job. It's quite structural, lots of spot weld to drill out. Let's go and have a look anyway at what I'm trying to explain. What did you get up to on Saturday night then? Well, I sat inside a 76 Ford Cortina engine bay and tried to prise two panels of metal apart. How about you? Well, I went down the pub, as per usual, spent 40-50 quid. Well, I'm spending that on tools and batteries and drill bits and things like that, epoxy primer, etc. Okay, this is what we're facing up to. So there's the chopped out cross member. This is good fresh metal left on, although it's still a bit nasty in there. The rest of the cross member is fine, really fine, as is the valance. There we are, half the valance is off, or at least the last 3 inches. I was going to put in just a new section rather than a complete piece. I know that's going to involve a lot of extra work with body filler and to get the shape exactly right where the weld would be. So yeah, I found a replacement. It's a Veng. It's off a Mark 4, we think. It says on it. It says Veng. Sorry, and somewhere else on here it says Mark 3. Great. But then it says Ford Taurus. So I think Mark 3 Taurus could be a Mark 4 Cortina maybe, because this profile, which to be fair, the gentleman that sold it to me, he did warn me about this. He said, look, this is all he had. He's very hard to get hold of. Is that this shape is straighter than the Cortina ones. I would have to fabricate that and curve it to the shape of the valance. I guess we could use the template of this panel here, so it's not a huge issue. I think I know what the answer is, isn't it? Is we need to get the whole thing off. That panel is the upper valance is fine. It's a good panel, that. So I can't cut the whole lot out. And anyway, if we're going to chop these out, then leaving this on is going to keep the structural stability of the car a little bit. I have got a valance. It's not the best valance in the world. I've had to do a lot of panel beating on it already to get it up to scratch, and it's still not great, but that'll be good for my panel beating lesson, tutoring, self-tutoring. So yeah, let's do it. I think I've made my mind up. I'm gonna get rid of all this. Shame, because that's as it is. It's in place. Panels are never quite the same shape, are they? There's always issues. This is set in. Let's make some measurements from top to bottom and all this kind of stuff before we chop anything out. It needs to be right. Yeah, I always have reservations doing this kind of thing because I've had trouble with other parts of the car. But I know it is what most car restorers would do, isn't it? You don't just put in half a panel, and it would be a shame to chop this up too. It's all there. Write these measurements down, they say. I'm going to video them instead. So this is the slam panel to the cross member side. We're on 32, let's see. Right, this panel, there doesn't look to be any welds in this lower section. They're all up here. Feel one there, I'm not sure about this bit there. Let's get these two off and then see where we're at. Maybe one there. Right, before we chop all this out, I'm just gonna take a few videos here. That's these the wiring loom clips or holders are not on the replacement panel, so we need to keep these, put them back on, record their positions. Not very good light, is it? Hang on. And also these little holes as well. I'm not sure what they're for. Maybe something goes through them, but they're not on the replacement. Good metal, gone metal. Well, I've drilled out all the spots I can see. There was a bit of rot there, which I hadn't sprayed when I epoxied this. I must have left it purposely to treat. No need now, the whole thing's coming off. Alright, I'll start wriggling it next and see if it'll ping off the the slam upper valance there, and then in the centre it'll be having to come off the cross member, won't it? So all I did was eventually find the spot down there, which is the front valance onto the cross member on the near side, and there's nothing else until we'll go around the other side to check, but I think the only other spots up here somewhere. I thought I was expecting to have ... Yeah, look. There might be one at the very top there, but even there now I don't think there is. Wow. Okay. I'm not enjoying this. Bent the panel. Still half a good panel. The other half's missing. There we go. Come on. Coming slowly. Whew. Well, yeah, as I thought, one spot weld holding the front valance onto the cross member. I'm guessing it's a replacement. Must have been a crash, because the factory would have put more than one in. Positive of that. Well, there we are. The front valance is off. Much better access now to this panel. The whole piece is going to come out as we planned and decided at the start of this video. Look inside there. So I've been blowing from the back end with an air line through, and all the dust and debris, I've already hoovered it once, has come to the front here. That's the chassis rail, goes all up there. There's holes in it further down, and most of it blew out the holes, obviously. And we've done the dinner troll from the back as far as the jack there. Not the jack, the axle stand. So there's a hole by the axle stand, so I'm going to get the airline in there and try and blow the remainder through, clean out as best as possible, and then we'll put the dinner troll in to do this last front section on both. Of course, now that we've got better access, it's a lot easier. Anyway, so we need to keep these sections, remember, because that profile curves, and the profile on the Mark IV, this is a Mark IV piece, doesn't. The rest of it's identical, apart from the holes I mentioned. These panels are not drilled out on the replacements, and neither are these ones. They're there, but they're full. They're filled in. So I think I'll drill them out. I want it to look as per Dagenham Mark III era. And we've had some damage up there, unfortunately. So this piece is worse for wear. So I'm gonna replace this part, the lower section, and the last 2-3 inches there, which shouldn't be too difficult, hopefully. And it's gone on the top as well. The rest of it's fine until you get to the other end, and it's the same there. and there's a bit of damage there. Nothing too drastic on that side. So yeah, upper valance will remain. The cross members going, and come and have a look at the headlights, because I can't remember where I got them. I think it was at the oh no, it was the gentleman. Yes, I bought some second-hand parts off a retired gentleman. Some new old stock. We've got the headlight panels there. I didn't really think I needed them, but I brought, because I've got the other car. I haven't checked that one out fully yet. But looking at this one here, there's a piece missing there. It's not looking great. That's the slam panel. The slam panel is fine, really solid, apart from here. So I'm just gonna repair that section. That's just a repair. Headlight's probably a repair as well, because there's nothing else wrong with it. It's all tidy up there. The other one, because I've got both. The other one, there's a little bit there, but this, there's nothing really bad about this one. That feels solid. It starts to go about there. That's okay down there. That's okay on the inside. I think I'll probably keep the headlights in, otherwise we're going to end up with a completely new car with hardly any original panels. Okay, I'm exaggerating a bit, but you know what I mean. Sorry, these are part of the same panel, so let's just inspect these. These are part of the headlight panel as well. Don't know the correct term, but what's going on down there? I think that's okay. Yes, part of this. That's all right. Yeah, I think they'll be okay. It's about 10 o'clock on a Saturday night. I'm gonna call it a night, and tomorrow morning we'll come back down and we'll make a start on carefully removing this piece, because I'm gonna have to graft them onto the new panel up there, because as I mentioned, we've got the curve to factor in rather than the straight edge on the Mark IV valance, which is obviously different to ours. Okay.